Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Jay's channel. Today we are here for Car Talk Podcast 38. Today we are here with Lee, also known as the Cue Ball and in the strip club. Then we have Jeff, who has a manual Volvo.
Volvo.
I can't talk.
Jared, who has no car, but his friend Josh, who does have a car.
Oh, Lord. And then we have, Then we have Greg, who has a 2010 Camaro. And then we have Jack, who has a Honda Accord. God. Jared, don't go with that shit or you're going to be ejectocito. And then we got Jared, who doesn't have a car. So,
But his friend Josh, who does have a car.
Yeah,
and is younger than him.
2011 town car.
Younger than this kid. I have a car, he doesn't. And also, my family is not nearly as wealthy as his. But, you know.
Okay.
And his brother.
Get yourself in the game, Jared.
Okay. Next. So, for our first topic, we are going to be talking about some of the world's worst cars.
Prius.
So, who wants...
I'm going to start. You go, GV.
Well, that Yugo was definitely a piece of shit.
I'll go. Morris.
It's all based on what your definition is there, though, buddies.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know the guy's name. There's one of the guys that does a lot of VinWiki stories. I want to say that his favorite car is the Yugo, and he's bought like 6 of them and has a whole garage full of them. And he's like the Yugo guy.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Doesn't change the fact that it's a piece of junk.
Well, you know, it's potato piece of crap. It's, you know.
There's a lot of people who buy Priuses. It doesn't make it a good car.
That's true. Actually, objectively speaking, Priuses are good cars. They do what they're supposed to do. The build quality is pretty good. They're just stupid annoying.
Well, one that I would have to bring up.
I want to go back here that you think a Prius does a good job. It
does a good job at going slow on the on-ramp onto the highway.
Yes, that's what it's good at. Because that's what it's designed to do.
It does a good job of reducing the coefficient of air drag when I'm stuck behind it getting onto the highway.
Slow down. That's what it's designed to do.
Not wrong.
It does perfectly.
It's designed to make me and my town car, which is sailing previously, to slow down to 35 miles per hour on US 75, which is supposed to be like 80, realistically speaking, with how we drive here.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to do, to make me possibly get rear-ended because they want to save a few dollars on gas.
So again, how is that a good car?
You know,
it may be designed to do what it's supposed to do. It might do what it's designed to do. That doesn't make it a good car.
They're good for burning and destroying.
I hate the Prius as much as anyone else, but it does what it's supposed to do, which is annoy people.
No.
Okay.
And they're all driven by liberals.
You're not wrong there either.
Okay, no politics, please. Back to the topic at hand. Back to the topic at hand.
I've got one that kind of triggered my thought. Now I'm not gonna say it's, you know, a worse car, a good car, a bad car kind of thing. And I can't tell you which model, but there's a Mercedes. I want to say a C-Class. And it's one where, oh, more people want a manual transmission. Let's turn this car into a manual transmission. So they gave it the right shifter. They gave it 3 pedals, but they gave it a 4th pedal for the parking brake. So it's like there's no handbrake to do power slides or whatever. And also, if you're the guy that's used to hitting that 3rd pedal for your clutch and you hit the wrong pedal all the way to the right, you get onto your e-brake and then you're stuck. So...
Well, is it an e-brake or a parking brake?
Because
there are 2 different things.
In these pools.
Correct. I think it's in their world, it's the parking brake.
Okay. It won't do anything.
Yeah, you know, might lock up a wheel or 2.
No, that's the whole thing about a parking brake. It doesn't lock anything. It's like just enough pressure to keep the car from rolling and no more.
Yeah. Now I'm curious of which it is.
So I want to bring up one that, I mean, It's listed on a list that I found as some of the worst cars, but the 1958 Edsel. Well,
good one.
it didn't sell very well at all. It's
They
butt
sell well
ugly.
now.
It looks like it's got a fucking toilet on the front. It's like shaped like a fucking toilet on the front.
It does. It does.
You're referring to the MC Pacer, which looks like a
It's
fish.
it's a convenience bathroom. Or you just tilt the car 90 degrees and then you take a dump. That's what they put it on for. How did you know that? It's a well-known fact.
Oh boy.
You know,
The next thing you know, the guy comes out that owns the car and he's like, "Why are you taking a shit in my grill?"
Meanwhile, at the Home Depot parking lot.
You know what car I can't stand? I'll tell you a car I can't stand. The 93 to 2002 Camaro.
Oh gosh, I hate those. They look like a freaking fish. They are a fish.
They just rounded out all the corners and made it, like, oh, we'll just.
They did have a pretty cool spoiler, though.
They're a catfish.
Hey, still
Hey,
faster
you
than the
can
Mustangs
catfish
of the
people in
era.
those things. I'm not sorry.
Hey, it was still faster than the GT Mustangs, so.
Jonathan.
That's not saying much, though.
True.
Jonathan.
What, Lay?
The other thing I have on the worst car was the 91 to the 2000 Ford Explorer. Didn't solve rollover problem. Instead, lower tire pressure on Explorer for more grip against Firestone's advice. I'm solving the problem, I think.
That's one of the best-selling cars, though.
Yeah, weren't those the ones that had the faulty
control fault?
It was the Firestone Wilderness AT.
Also, they had problems with the cruise control catching on fire or whatever.
Well, that hasn't happened to my friends who has like a 99 or 98 Explorer.
Well, maybe someone took the fuse out
No,
for the
never
cruise
mind. It's
control.
an Expedition. That's a totally different car. I keep getting those mixed up all the time. Ugh. Expedition is smaller. Explorer. Or no.
So another one
Expedition
was
is larger.
Ooh, you know,
I
I saw
would-
like 5 Explorer Sport Tracks on the home today from Guitar Center. You know, looking at them, they look way better in terms of like they actually look like a truck compared to the Ridgeline and the Avalanche and crap like that.
Oh yeah, that brings another one of the worst cars.
I can guarantee that.
What car is
That
that,
brings
Jack?
up another one of the worst cars, the Honda Ridgeline.
Oh gosh! Don't forget the Honda Element while we're at it.
Man, the
You can
Honda
be like,
Element had a camper on
Just
top.
Stop it! No, the Scion XB. Get out of here.
What was that, Greg?
Or more like Kia Soul.
What was that?
No, I
Jeff?
got it.
I mean,
In defense of the Scion XB, a lady I work for does caterings, and she drove up to the car dealership looking to buy something new. Went straight to the sales guy and says, "Can I fit this box in the back of the car?" And he says, "Yes, but don't you want to drive it?" And she says, "I don't care how it drives. Does it fit? This is the biggest box of things that I'll be going from one catering function to another. Does it fit? Yes, I'll take it. Here's the down payment," kind of thing.
Ha!
Still better than a Prius.
Yeah, I was heard.
okay, so I got another one. The Ford Pinto.
Honda.
Pintos were rigged, you know.
Pintos are rigged.
Yeah, they were rigged to blow up when they got smacked in the ass.
Don't forget the Honda Insight. Ugh,
At least it had a manual.
that's true.
I don't know.
Another
I think Wayne's World made the Ford Pinto a pretty awesome vehicle.
No, that was the Pacer.
Yeah, he drove
Right.
a Pacer, not a Pinto. In Stranger Things, the mom drives a Pinto though. Joyce.
I know another terrible car, the Ford Tempo.
Oh God, the Tempo.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
in the comments, Gamer for Life says Geo Metro ?
Hit it.
Dude, Geo
Dude,
Metro
that
had
was-
like 97 miles a gallon.
Yeah,
Also, the
that was a
2001
car, man.
Jack
It just kept
XK.
going and going and going.
It had like a 4-gallon gas tank.
2001
Crank
Jack
windows,
XK.
crank sunroof, crank convertible top. Nothing was electric, but your gas mod was rocking.
XK8.
And Novitas is like the Mustang too. I agree.
Oh, Lord.
Mustang 2 is still from
Ah, the Trabant.
Chevy Nova.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chiz says the Trabant.
The Trabant. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I would say the Doche Bay, but that's actually pretty decent. Even if it is slow.
Hey,
and
don't
ugly.
forget Subaru Bajas.
Subaru 360.
Somebody at
Oh
my
my God, the Baja had a thing that went down. The license plate moved on it. It was epic.
And I look at it and say, bah ha 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 ha, I hope it dies.
Another one.
I saw a rat the other day, though. It was pretty neat.
How about the Nissan Juke?
Oh,
Yes. I agree.
No. Greg, I'm going to have to take that one step further. Nissan Murano Cross Tour.
My mom
Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Hey, they ain't that bad.
I'd
Ain't
say
that bad.
I had a PT Cruiser, and for what they were not bad little cars.
I mean,
I
they're
had
not.
a lot of trouble though. I could never get used to the window switches being in the center.
That doesn't matter. It had an ignition recall.
Yeah, but I mean that there are
Well,
other
they
cars
also
like that.
they also had electrical problems too. So, but it's
They
not a
also
bad
have-
car.
Under that recall. Camaro might have been under that recall.
Well, yeah, everything Chevy selling, every car in this world is always under recalls. It's getting old. It's like, can y'all just make a car that does not have a recall already? Because it's kind of obnoxious when a ton of people have taken their cars because it's like a life or death situation. Where it's like, oh yeah, if you don't take this in, your car may explode. Oh, thanks for telling me now. But I digress. It's commercial.
What about the Kia Soul?
We've established that already.
I mean, it looks terrible, but I don't
Any
know
Kia.
about whether it be well. Actually, no, I don't think the Kia Stinger isn't that bad, from what I hear.
For what it is, I still wouldn't want
The
it.
Stinger is awesome.
I want to drive one.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but you get to that price point, you have so many other things in that range that
True.
That is
It
true.
has some good and it has some bad. It's all based on what you're looking for, who your market is, and who your sales guy is.
That's true. Now, another car, I would have to say. I mean, if you think about it, yeah, everyone loves a DeLorean, but if you think about it, back when it came out, it was one of the worst
you
cars. that
cannot
came
say
out.
that was one of the worst cars. It had a bad engine.
That
But it
car
was not one of
loved
the worst
following a
cars.
straight line, though. It had a bit of a problem with white lines.
You know, the reason.
Like, I'm not saying it was 100% terrible, but it had a bad engine. They didn't sell very well.
It had a bad
That's
engine. That's all that's wrong with that car.
That's because John DeLorean couldn't figure out the flux capacitor.
And you know what? You cannot give an icon and say it's a bad car. And that car is an icon thanks to Back to the Future.
Very well. It was really kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Back to the Future, though, where would the DeLorean
It would
be?
still be a quorky car with a bad engine.
So,
That's it.
so Greg, what you're saying is it would be a Bricklin.
to do that.
Yeah, the Bricklin, yeah.
Underlying issue.
Problem is, it's a brand new car. That's
And for anyone that doesn't know what a Bricklin is, let me find a picture.
Buddy of mine used to have one.
Teaser junk.
failure is coming our way in the future.
Now, are you referring to the Bricklin SV1?
Whatever the letters are, yeah.
Hold on, I got a picture.
Oof.
This is a Bricklin. Or
Oh, I
Bricklin.
love it.
Almost 200,000 miles.
I love that American spec bumper up front. Check that out.
Oh, no, that's not it. But yeah, that's the Bricklin. What company was that made from?
Bricklin.
Or like what country I meant?
I think it was U.S.
Yeah, it was American.
But I've also seen some LS swapped. There's some LS swapped DeLoreans out there too.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, hey, that makes the car better by putting a better engine in it.
So you're saying if we LS swap a PT Cruiser, you'll be great?
No, I think you
No.
should have me swap that, and
yeah.
there is a conversion for it.
I don't think a Hemi would fit.
It does. You
No,
have
no.
to move the firewall back a little bit, but it does. I had a PT.
Just some movie.
I looked into it.
Did you?
Hey, if a 454 can fit into a freaking smart car, then a Hemi can fit into a PT Cruiser.
So what you're saying, you got to make the PT Cruiser a mid-engine car here?
Has anybody heard of the Hellcat Prius?
Oh yeah, that too.
I don't know why you would waste a good freaking Hellcat engine in a Prius, but
You just gave it.
I don't know why you waste a Prius on a good Hellcat engine.
Open part of the can on his soda can.
huh?
He's gonna die. Oopsie. Y'all ain't gonna hear from Jared anymore. He's gonna die.
Ooh.
Okay, so do we have any more worst cars that anyone can think of?
The Aztec.
Yeah, Aztec. Yeah.
Joke.
Nobody mentioned the Chevy Nova.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about the Aztec real quick briefly. Everybody hates the Aztec, and it got so much crap when it came out.
In the original,
It was almost way ahead of its time in terms of like features and toys and bells and whistles, but it looked horrible.
Yeah.
Then GM took the platform, went over to Buick with it, massaged off some of the ugly, still gave it a goofy look, but made it a much better vehicle. Either way, the fact that it came with a tent was kind of awesome. So
I have one, the Ford Mustang too.
Or Mustangs in general. They started getting a bit of a bad reputation when they started plowing into people.
No, shut up. You're talking to a Mustang lover here, so you better keep your mouth shut, boy.
You know, it's still funny. I never once have seen a wrecked Mustang in my entire life.
I have.
Me neither.
never seen a what?
I don't get the hype. I've never seen one that's actually crashed. I've never been crashed by one that's been next to me on the highway either. I think that it's just
No. They tend to be on sidewalks.
I think that they have a penis larger than what they
Wait,
really
wait,
have.
wait.
They get in.
Wait, hold on. We went way off track there.
Try.
Well, I mean,
Why the hell are we talking about that?
covers the blowjobs, so
I'm simply talking about the ego of the people who crash.
Remember me telling you about what the Compound podcast one from like Cars with Blowjobs.
I'm sorry, I just can't.
Okay, let's rewind back into worst cars
Yes,
because I want to
please.
add something in quick.
That's why I
And
ejecto seated Jared.
I'm gonna
couldn't-
go with
I'm
the
sorry.
Rimac Concept 1 because Hammond destroyed it. So I'm gonna go with that.
He did more than just destroy it. He blew the damn thing up.
No, he didn't.
Which will
Didn't blow
segue me into the next
Well,
part.
it-
the Rimac
Okay, he
Concept.
crashed it and it blew itself up.
No, it didn't. It just kept catching
It
fire,
just-
kept
It
shorting out.
just smoldered for days.
Yeah, literally.
Boom.
Okay, well, you get my point.
What about the Suzuki? I like the Suzuki Samurai, but that was like on one of like the. That was like it was pretty cool, but I don't know if it made like a
The
worse car.
thing with the Suzuki Samurai, they have such a huge following. Little tiny body on frame. It's a little truck.
Yeah.
And they are
I
like
like-
little mountain goats. They will climb anything sideways and roll over when you're done. And people were dumb enough to skyjack them even further to get that extra inch and a half of ground clearance in a thing that weighs 1,400 pounds. You find one unmolested, Godspeed to you, sir. Because everyone is like an old Honda Civic where something is different in that car. They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
I
That
think
was
they're
the
awesome.
worst way.
The other one there is the Isuzu Via Cross. That got a lot of crap.
That was pretty cool. It was unique and stuff like that.
Weird is another way to say unique, yeah.
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 So, any more worst cars that anyone can think of, or should we move to our next topic?
I would have to say a Subaru Rodeo because of all the trouble I had with mine. Before.
Again, that's
Yeah.
it was such a big seller. I mean, you're always going to have a bad apple, but and it may not even be a bad apple. It's not always a bad apple of a car. It's the first person that owned it didn't take care of it properly, and you got stuck with the problems.
Which one's worse though, Greg? The Isuzu Rodeo or the Honda Passport?
I owned a Passport.
They're the same thing.
They
I
are.
don't know. Hondas run better than Isuzu
Let me
do.
tell you how much the same they are. Okay. We bought a Honda Civic and I put an Alpine stereo in it. About a year and a half later, my wife wanted a Passport. We traded it in on a Passport. And at the dealership, I said, is this a Isuzu radio or a Honda radio? Because it wasn't the Alpine stereo, it was an Alpine CD changer with an adapter. So it would work with a Honda head unit. And they're like, oh, it's a Honda, it's a Honda, it's a Honda. When I go to take it out to install the CD player, it's an Isuzu radio in it. It is all Isuzu.
The glass probably said Isuzu on it also.
Is the badge.
Wow. Novataz in the comments is like new Ford GT. ...
How would you know you can't get a hand on one? And if you can, you can't sell it.
True.
I would not want to sell it. I would want to take it to every racetrack across America and go through tires.
True. So do we have any more terrible vehicles?
Acura ILX. Nobody knows what it is.
Nope.
I've heard of it. I'm thinking what it is.
It was like the rodeo, or one of the Isuzus.
Oh, okay. So do we got any more?
The big one. Not the ILX. The ILX is the new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just pulled it up. It's a car, brand new car.
It was the what's it called? It was built on the Isuzu something else. SLX. It was built on the Trooper.
Oh yeah.
Now that I think about it, the next topic, I wonder if Neil ever posted my article about it yet. Probably not. Just gonna check that real quick. Who is eating?
Me, but my phone's about to overheat, so I gotta go.
Ow. Okay, well, our next topic is going to be a Mustang, so kind of sucks for Jack since he's a Mustang person. But
okay, we'll beat it up for him.
So now we're going to talk about the 2019 Mustang GT California Special that was announced to be coming for the 2019 model year. So,
another body kit with a bunch of fancy parts.
All right, here's my thing about a California Special, okay? Any car manufacturer that has a V8 or a high-power performance car should not have California in the name anywhere because the California car has less power.
So what you're saying is it should become the emission special car?
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to call it a California Special, you might as well call it an emission special because California has such strict laws that it chokes the engine.
So I think what they're going to do is take the drivetrain out of a Prius and then fold it into the California Special.
Probably. It's going to be this Lego V8 in the front and an electric motor in the back.
Oh Lord!
A buddy of mine actually has a California Special, one of the older ones, and he's completely rebuilt it, a lot of fancy carbon bits and fiberglass bits. And you know when Jack is driving down the street, he'll womp on it for you, and then he'll look at you and then go even harder. I'm like, you smile like a little kid.
I mean, I just don't think. I mean, you know, Ferrari makes the California. They all do it. But I'm saying is that California. You put California in a name of a car, a sports car, or a muscle car. I mean, it's like an oxymoron.
Well, and Ferrari's going to only use the name California until California's estate won't let them use it in their titles, like every other Ferrari vehicle that has had to use other names like GT4C Lusso instead of FF or TDF instead of Tour de France, because too many people say that's my name.
Well, I'm just saying though, but I'm talking about that. You know, you're coming out with a Mustang California Special. It's like, you know, I'd rather have a Cecil County Special than a California Special if you're going to go by name.
True. Also, if you guys would like to check out some more thoughts I have on the car, check out my article on motormedianews.com. It just went up today, I'm guessing. So, little plug for the
Shameless
website
plug.
there. Hey, Greg, you want to plug your car show site? Since we're at the plug section.
All right, check out all the Northeast car shows. You can go to youtubepack.com, and there is a list of all the car shows that I can find and that people submit to me. If you know of a car show that's not on there, feel free to hit submit your event. It's youtubepack.com.
Speaking of, there might be one that me and Lee may go to this weekend. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Are you going to McLaren on Sunday, Greg?
I didn't even know about it. I don't think.
9 to 12 at McLaren of Philly. There's a big open house.
What day is it?
Sunday.
Sunday. I don't know.
Okay, Jeff, did you want to talk about the Rimac Concept 2 or whatever that you wanted to talk
Rimac
about?
Concept 2. I actually just watched the video that Dan posted. Dan Gemmel, Gimme D on Cars. And he did a probably 3 to 5 minute, nothing crazy about what this vehicle has to offer. They took what was in the Concept 1. They learned a lot from what Hammond did on the hill climb. And they upped the ante on it. And it's now 1,900 horsepower. I think it's like 2,000 Newton meters of torque. It's 120 kilowatt hour battery pack, 0 to 60 in 1.8 and change. So this is one of those.
Holy
this is the
shit.
kind of vehicle. Yeah, this is the kind of vehicle that has taken all the people that say, oh, electric cars are boring and they can't go fast. Yes, Tesla has done it. Tesla has shown the world that the Roadster is fast and the cars can drive. But Rimac has taken both of those from a small Croatian company, putting everything together and making fun of Richard Hammond while they do it. And I think it's an absolutely gorgeous car. And will we see one stateside? Who knows? With how the road people certify vehicles based on crash tests. But if I have to buy a ticket to fly out to Croatia to run one down a drag strip and I can afford it, I will.
Yeah. Actually, I think they did, like when they did the Rimac Concept 1, I think they brought one of those to the States, didn't they?
They may have brought it here for like, the dog and pony show, but it's all about, who gets to see it, who gets to be near it, who gets to, be part of that experience.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody with big name stuff, pretty much.
That's right.
Concept 1, they made 25, right?
Something like that, yeah. And the one that Hammond actually trashed,
the production car.
Yeah. The one that Hammond crashed was actually a customer's car.
Yes, I saw that interview.
I bet that customer was pissed.
No, he was okay.
No.
But they wouldn't make it
all right.
6th. They were not making the customer a new one.
Wow.
They probably
pretty
promised
fucked up.
them one of these. Or the first
right?
one of these. Probably what they did.
Probably.
VIN number 1.
Yeah.
Since they were like, oh, yeah, why don't you let the guys at Top Gear borrow your car? And then they crashed it. And we're like, oh, shit. Guess we'll have to promise him one of the new cars.
The guy's good, man. You saved me a trip to the hospital.
Yeah.
True. You could think of it that way. And Linchester in the comments is like, the new Subaru Forester is coming for the New York Auto Show.
No, but even before that, I like Novitaz's comment. Plug it in, talking about the Rimac, I guess.
Another thing is, I heard that Subaru may be getting rid of the manual transmission.
They should burn.
They're gonna, unless they better have a good double clutch automatic for their client base, because that STI and the WRX, those customers are going to want that ability. So if you're taking away a manual in those cars, you need to replace it with something that can,
Okay, so here's the actual article that was on Motor Authority. It said, Subaru might drop manual transmissions in the name of safety. And here is why. So Subaru says that its EyeSight automatic emergency braking suite of safety gear might spell the end of manual transmissions for its car lineup.
Guess I won't be buying a Subaru.
At least a new one, at least.
Here's the problem that I have with all this BS is that how much are you're just taking everything away from the driver. I don't want a car with all this crap in it. I would be happy. I mean, I had an 83 RX-7. I had a 76 Alfa Romeo. Neither of those cars had anything power. It didn't even have power steering. It had power brakes. That was it. They were both manual transmissions. Those were two of the most fun cars to drive I've ever owned. I mean, even
it's a real driver's car.
What's that?
It's a real driver's car at that point.
Right. It's once you take all that away, oh, the car's going to automatically brake. Oh, the traction control. Oh, this. Oh, that. You know what? It's like, okay, you know what? If you're going to have all this stuff, just freaking drive it yourself because I don't need to be there. I've said it many times is that, you know what? You want to make a car company, take old cars, not necessarily the Camaros, but you take an old car that was just an everyday car and you rebuild it from the ground up to make it reliable, so that I have brand new bushings, brand new brakes, brand new transmission line, everything's new. And you sell for $8,000, you're going to sell a ton of them.
There's a group doing that right now. If I understand it right, it's like the original Skunkworks crew that was working on the Shelby Mustangs with Carroll Shelby. And these guys are like 75 years old now, have a garage in their backyard, and they've got the licensing to build the cars, and they're making these cars with all the right bits. And it's, old car, modern bits.
Yeah, and they're probably expensive.
Very much so.
I'm talking about a cheap car that you can run back and forth to work every day. Take the Chevette, take the Pinto, take the T1000 and rebuild it so that I'm not buying a rust bucket that doesn't have any brakes.
Yeah.
But for like $8,000, you've got a new engine, you've got a new transmission.
Well, so that's everything. Doug DeMuro did the video on, I want to say, the Mitsubishi Mirage. And his question was, why does this car even exist on the market? And it's for people that need to get to work every day reliably. They can't worry about, is my transmission going to work today? Is my car going to start today? And it's that $10,000, $8,000.
Yes. But again, it's still a modern car. I can't open the hood and
wrench it
and wrench it and get it home.
Yeah.
If it dies, you're on a tow truck because you need a computer to fix it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way the companies like it because you have to bring it to the dealership and then they get more money.
But you don't take those cars, don't go to the dealership once they're out of warranty.
Exactly.
They don't go to the dealerships.
And then Linchester was like, the STI and WRX don't have the EyeSight. So it may only apply to the non-sport version, maybe the Impreza, Crosstrek, and Outback.
They don't have it for now, but give it time.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say is maybe that's what they're trying to do is put it in the WRX and STI. They might be trying to do that. And therefore their only option to do it is take out the manual transmission.
Well, it could also be like what Greg was saying a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the electrifying the Corvette. It could be that they're slowly phasing things in, and by the time there's no manual, it's they even offered that at one time. It's nobody's gonna think about it that it was an option.
True.
Yep. Just do it little by little. That's what they're doing to us. And
we're
all going to be, in self-driving cars going, remember the days when, well, I wish we could get back to that.
I don't want level 4 automation. I don't want level 3 autonomous. I want level 0. I want to be the one turning a key. No push buttons, no fancy bits. I push a thing, I lock a door, I put my e-brake down, and I get to move forward with it.
Exactly.
I'd give up air conditioning to have a reliable car that I can work on.
I may not look like it, but I'm a big fat guy inside, and air conditioning makes me a very peaceful person. And when I don't have it, it's a bad
Hey.
situation.
What do you need air conditioning for? You got windows. It's the old-fashioned air
55.
conditioning.
No, I'm also partly asthmatic, and too much road air from diesel trucks will kill me.
Ow. Let's see. Linchester also said, but a dual clutch gearbox will update the WRX and STI.
Okay, so it'll be a lot more faster for all these, mall crawlers going on their. You're not. I can't. What do they call it when the original Quattro, the races they do? You're not doing a hill climb in a WRX for 99.75% of everybody that buys one of those cars. It's a show and go. It's how much weight can my wing hold?
No, I disagree. I said you have Subaru drivers. They have a group. There are a group of drivers that, just like the Camaro guys, just like the Corvette guys, just like the Mustang guys, just like the Ferrari guys, that like to drive.
Well, correct.
You're not going to offer a manual transmission. You better have a dual clutch.
Yeah.
Fucking Bruno again. Well, Bruno's here with the weird-ass questions, like usual. Bruno is like, J.A., what's your favorite Doritos flavor?
Hot.
None. Because I don't really eat Doritos that much. So, let's see what the
He
smart
prefers
ass has to say
candy.
now. No, I don't even eat candy that much, so.
I gotta sign off, everyone.
Dog's getting rowdy?
That's right. But
Yeah,
hope it's a good rest of the show here. I'll catch you
Well,
later.
We might as well just end it here soon. There's only, what, 3 of us now?
Yeah.
Because Jeff's leaving, so I don't know, unless Greg or Lee has something else we can bring up, or anyone in the
I
comments.
can't
don't
think of
there's
anything else. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I had one subject pretty much.
Hey, Lee, when did you become a bald eagle?
Yeah.
Get it, you shirt.
Yeah, I know.
And also never mind.
Never mind, yeah.
I'm just busting your balls, chill. Alrighty, well, I guess we'll end this podcast and oh, I thought Bruno commented again, never mind. But hope everyone enjoyed the podcast. Definitely check out everyone's social media or YouTube or whatever their preference is. Because not everyone has YouTube channels, because this is not all about, you don't have to be a YouTuber. As long as you're a car enthusiast, you can join. So, and we'll see you guys next video.